Alright, so this car basically has a rotofab that we always suggest, rotofab dry, and headers. So the reason being we suggest the rotofab dry is that it's kind of a zero tune needed deal. The headers were, a little bit off, but as I showed in the last video, a full point of fuel on the dyno doesn't really affect these cars too much. They're just that efficient. So this was off the street. It, 12.0, had 24 degrees of timing in it with the stock tune and the rotofab and all that stuff. So actually did pretty good right off the hit. Didn't need a whole lot. With the tune changes, now peak to peak, when you look at 405 peak to peak, it's fine, but the gains under the curve, we went from, 397 to 412. So, you're more in that 15 range, whatever it may be. And if you look at how large of a gap got spread down here with the tune, it's massive when you're looking at the torque numbers, 412 to 430, that kind of stuff. Anywho, so we got that dialed in, and since this customer was crazy low on fuel and I tried to run it out of pump gas on the dyno, which was great when they actually put their flex fuel in, their E85, they got up to E72. You know how people say over E60 doesn't make a difference? That's a lie. The other guy earlier, we only gained 18 or 17 or whatever it was.
It was 18, I think.
18 on E58. We gained 24, 25 on E72. So a 14% change, we were able to put down more power. Bless you, Pumpkin.
Bless you there.
Thank you.
Don't die.
That was cute.
Yeah, that was cute. Sounded like blew out your O-ring. Anyway, so this is also the difference between, automatics. This car happens to be an A10. This is 6th gear, or excuse me, 6th gear, not 7th. 7th and an A10 is 1-to-1.
Last car was manual.
And the last car was manual.
Yeah.
So had we run this in 7th, we would have seen probably another 18 to 20 rear wheel gain.
And for you guys wondering, manuals typically lay down higher dyno numbers.
Yeah, about 15 to 20.
You lose less power from the engine on a manual transmission.
And it makes it worse because all the automatics we run 1 gear down from 1-to-1, where the manuals are in 1-to-1, and the manual is simply more efficient. However, like I said, this was about as good as it gets on E, and the difference between the two, and it's still like 24 wheel. Anyway, should feel like a whole new car, because you figure we went from 405 to 441 with just tuning in E, basically.
And then the torque is, it's 412 to 459, it's almost 460. So.
Yeah, so, it's a massive difference.
Yeah.
Next up, we'll put more mods in, get the trans unlocked, and then do your trans tune, which is really on these, lower level stock cars, bolt-on cars. The trans tuning is really what makes the difference, to be honest.
You feel it in the butt dyno on the seat, you
Yeah,
feel it on the street. It doesn't lay down more horsepower, but you feel the car reacts totally different.
Exactly, and it allows you to utilize what these gains.
Yeah. Oh.
So unfortunately, we didn't get a like a tune pump gas baseline. I mean, we got the baseline 445, whatever, 444, but basically ran out of pump gas. So we had to put E in it. I don't have a layover for that. But this is with E61 or 2 versus, you know, how he rolled in. The only mods were the rotofab dry and headers, and I think like
X-pipe and bore exhaust, yep.
all that stuff. So tuning E was worth, you know, whatever that is, 25.